Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I want to talk about Felwinters' Helm and a certain Void 3.0 fragment that in my opinion makes it very viable now as a playstyle, especially this season with Lucid Finisher in the game. Alright, for those who don't know what Felwinters' Helm is or what it even does, I don't blame you, but let me tell you, Felwinters' Helm is a warlock exotic helmet with the perk Warlord's End. This perk states powered melee final blows create a burst of energy that weakens nearby targets. Finishers and final blows against more powerful targets increase the radius and length of this weakening effect. The gameplay idea of this exotic is to dive in, finish something, then when everything gets weakened, you kill all of it. The problem is previously you dive in and possibly die, but now with 3.0 this completely changes because you can basically get Assassin's Cal on Warlock, and this is huge because it lets you play the way this exotic wants you, but no longer get punished for doing so. Now that you understand the exotic and the previous problems with it and why I think it's now good, let's hop into a build and let me show you a way to abuse it and use it at its endgame level. Alright, we're into the build portion of the video. First up, we're going to cover the subclass. Obviously, as I mentioned, Void 3.0 helps take advantage of this, and so the class is going to be Void 3.0. You can choose any of the 3 supers you want. Nova Warp is actually quite a good super, just the problem before was its neutral game. The super is quite good, and if you want to run Nova Warp, you can. Either Nova Bomb is fine. I prefer Vortex for add control, and I prefer Cataclysm for damage. The reason I prefer Vortex for add control is it sucks everything in, just like a Vortex grenade would, and this makes it actually really strong to throw it in the middle of a group of enemies and it'll just suck everything in, which makes it pretty strong. On Vortex grenades, best Void grenade, can't really change my mind on that. So we're on Vortex grenades. Our aspects are Devour, and this one's kind of your choice. I'm running Child of the Old Gods for one reason, more weakening, and 2, it gives me 4 fragment slots, which means I can have more fragments, which means I have more build potential here. However, you could take this off and run Chaos Accelerant if you wanted to. Just means you would probably have to take off Echo of Expulsion, which means your abilities would not explode when they get kills. The other 3 I think are pretty important for the build overall. Our fragments are Echo of Expulsion, Void ability kills cause targets to explode. Echo of Obscurity, this is the Void fragment that gives you invisibility when you finish or something. And this also gives you plus 10 to your recovery, so not only is this fragment giving you a little bit more build potential, because it's freeing up some stat points, it's also letting you go invis on kills, and this plus Devour will grant you full health and invisibility, which basically gives you budget Assassin's Cal here on Warlock. Echo of Persistence, this just lets my invisibility and my Devour last even longer, and this negates the plus 10 from Echo of Obscurity, but this gives me 15 second or possible 17 second Devour and 10 second invisibility, which is pretty good, all things considered, considering I'm on a Warlock. And then we have Echo of Instability. This will give me volatile rounds on my Void weapons when I get a grenade kill. So this means I don't have to run Volatile Flow, which is good because most of the mods I need for this build to be played correctly are Arc. Alright, on to the armor. First up, obviously, we are on a exotic helmet, Felwinters' Helm. Our mods on the helmet are Reactive Pulse. This is going to give you, once you become Charged with Light, this is going to give you a really strong overshield and basically make you borderline unkillable in the finisher. In case you don't know, you are not immune in finishers. You could totally die during it. It's really hard to, because there is this weird frame issue with the finisher where you're not immune, but enemies deal less damage to you. It's weird. But Reactive Pulse will guarantee you can just go in, press your finisher button, overshield procs immediately, and you're good to go. And then have a hands-on mod to make sure I take advantage of the overshield. And then just a small discipline mod to make sure my stats are what they should be. On to the gloves. The gloves are also Arc here, and we're using Overcharge Wellmaker. When you get a finisher, you're going to spawn 2 Arc Elemental Wells. This is going to let you immediately become charged with light on any finisher because we're going to be running elemental charge. And then I have an anti-barrier scout because I was playing this in the Nightfall this week. For my chest piece, I have my chest piece on void. This is to allow me in strikes where there's void. I can run void resistance and thermoshock plating. And then I just have an elemental charge here, so that way any elemental wells I do pick up, I become charged with light, and then a discipline mod. Then to the boots I have an explosive well maker, so when you first load into an activity, you're not going to be able to become charged with light off a finisher, so your finishers are going to be dangerous, right? Well, with explosive well maker, you can throw a grenade, it will get an explosive kill with Echo of Expulsion, or just with the grenade, because the grenades count as explosive damage. You'll get one solar elemental will to spawn, you can then go pick it up, and then you'll become charged with light, which makes every finisher from there on out perfectly safe. And then on our bond is also arc, and we are running Will of Striking. This will give you arc. This will give you melee ability energy. This is not like super important, if I'm being honest. Like, if you don't want to run Will of Striking, you don't have to. You could go Seeking Wills if you want. There's a lot of options you could do. You could go Will of Tenacity and run Elemental Ordnance here instead. The Will of Striking was kind of just my choice, but you don't have to run this. Just the Arc Elemental Wills from the finisher guarantees you're always charged with light, which is why I'm running Overcharged Will Maker here on the gloves. And honestly, if you really wanted to, you could move some stuff around and get a grenade or melee kickstart here, and then you could have some more ability energy in total. But that's overall it for the build. I also have Overload Grenades and I have Lucent Finisher on. With this build this season, if you're going to run this build in endgame content, I would highly recommend you run Lucent Finisher. This way your teammates don't think you're being useless, and you're at least giving them heavy ammo, because in all honesty, you're kind of playing in a selfish way where you're just controlling ads for yourself. Your teammates can kind of see it happening, but it's kind of a strange way to play if your teammates aren't used to playing around this helmet. Alright, that's it for the build. Alright, that's going to be it for the video. Just wanted to thank everybody for all the support recently. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I know this is a little bit of out there build, but it's really fun, and I really enjoyed putting it together and playing with it. I hope you all, if you're looking for a Felwinters Helm build, or you're looking for maybe something a little different, you all enjoyed this build. But that'll be it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. That'll be it for now, and goodbye.